Hey guys, thanks for slithering in. Welcome back to the channel. We are jumping right in it with a apartment renovation here in Ondarian in the world that comes with royalty and legacy. So thank you again to the Sims team for providing me with early access to the Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy Grand Bundle, where I also got the Tea Time Solarium kit and the Silver Screen Style kit, which I haven't checked out yet too much, so stay tuned. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far, and I hope you guys are enjoying some of the content as well. Speaking which, we do get two apartment buildings in this world. Each apartment building has two apartment units that you can either play in or renovate yourself. So I am here in 13 Lakeview Apartments, and I gotta tell you, I was really excited at first for apartments coming back because it's been since Eco Lifestyle. Technically, I mean, I know we can build our own apartments now, but sometimes that's a lot of work, you know? So, very similar to city living, we have apartment units now, again, in this new world that we can now renovate without having to build a whole apartment building for ourselves. That was a lot, so bear with me here. Also, I should say, if I sound a little different, it's because I am using a different microphone. It is a headset microphone, so it's a little strange, it might be. Maybe a little jarring, but I'm actually having some weird technical difficulties with my recording mic, which is really bummer because I really like that mic. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna get a new one yet or try and troubleshoot this one a little more. So we're improvising. I completely cut out myself trying to figure out a floor plan for this build because when I bulldozed this apartment, it just pretty much became this like giant box, and I was like, whoa, I have no idea what I'm doing. And it took a lot of trial and error, so I just decided to just cut all of that out. So we are starting already here in the entryway, and at first, I didn't really know what kind of theme I wanted to go for. I knew I wanted to kind of lean towards more of that grandeur, royal type style that's in this pack because my last build was definitely heavily focused on the West African items, which I absolutely love. So if you haven't checked that out yet, make sure you do so. So I wanted to explore more of these other items and this other style that comes with the expansion pack. And while doing so, I realized, huh, there's a lot of nods here to like pirates, to pirate ships, and we have a lot of nautical items between base game, cats and dogs, and things of that nature. And I was like, you know what? What if a pirate princess lives here? So now all of a sudden I am in my pirate era, which I'm actually not too mad about because I had actually a lot of fun with this. So right now the entryway is pretty much all coming together. We've got some things from like the grunge mudroom kit in there, and what else? I did get that clock in there that comes with the new expansion pack, which has a lot of fun little gameplay features. So you can always explore that. In this next room, I wanted a fish tank, but these walls are so massive and I had so much room, guys. So much. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to fill up this space. So, why not put 6 fish tanks and kind of try and make them look cool? So right now I'm pairing the fish tank from the SpongeBob kit, I think the kids room kit, and I think those fish tanks are from Spa Day or Dine Out, one of those expansion packs or DLCs. I don't know. Basically, I didn't limit my pack usage, and I'm not sorry because I actually, like I said, I had fun with it. So this ends up being 6 fish tanks here because I just wanted to fill up this wall, and I used this fun little nautical themed wallpaper that comes with the new expansion pack kind of as a backdrop, and I think that fit relatively relatively well. And we use a half wall too to kind of cover up the bottom of the fish tanks and make it look hopefully a little more built in. For our dining room table, I thought about pairing two here, but I didn't like how much space it was taking up, so I opted for one and put it on a platform. I thought this was really fun because it added a little bit more of an element to the space. We paint it blue, we get some blue trim on there too, and I think that's about it. I think I end up for the lights, we get like this jellyfish light. That actually came with the Adventures Awaits pack, and I think that came out before SpongeBob, so I feel like they were trying to tell us SpongeBob was coming, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. Right now I'm putting some little decor on the dining room table, but that completely changes because at some point in this process, the game deletes whatever I end up putting here, and then I end up putting just a vase from the Tea Time Solarium one. Oh, it is there now, but I swear to God, it really deleted everything here. Moving on now to the kitchen, I'm using flooring from the new pack as well as this wallpaper, which I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I think that wallpaper is from Jungle Adventure. You may also see as we're zooming around, I already decorated one of the bathrooms in here. So this apartment technically has one bedroom, two bathrooms, which is interesting, but I imagine that whoever lives here, the pirate princess, likes to entertain their guests, and technically where the other bathroom is, no one else is allowed because there's some secret treasures and goods over there that we'll talk about a little later. So I don't usually do grand kitchens like this where we have this like large round island, a double sink, double stove moment. I'm trying to figure out which pendant lights make the most sense here. I end up keeping these from Cottage Living, and at first I was like, oh, maybe I'll hang some pots and pans, but ultimately I decided against that as well. We get some up on the wall because we have a wall decor item for that. So we do still get that kind of clutter in here. For being such a grand fancy kitchen, I do still manage to add quite a bit of clutter. We get a lot of plants in here, and I think I grab a few different appliances. I think I get a coffee maker in here and maybe a like KitchenAid mixer as well. So there's plenty of options for your Sims to cook, even plenty of space for like cooking together. Although that feature never really works for me whenever I've tried it before, so I don't know. Hopefully you have better luck than I do with that. But once again, as you can see, I'm really not limiting my pack usage here. I'm getting a lot of items from garden to table, kitchen clutter, etc. Here I am cluttering up this new hutch we got, which I absolutely adore. Can we talk about it for a second? It has this gorgeous rolling ladder moment. I don't know why we are all obsessed with that. It must be our inner Bells and Beauty and the Beast fans and stuff over at the Sims team. You know, shout out to you guys. But I just thought that was really pretty. But the best thing about this hutch though is that it matches perfectly with the counters, which we don't really have in the game. So I really liked having that option because I don't, like I said, I don't do like large kitchens like this, but this was so perfect for filling up the space more, and it matches, which is amazing. Top tier. Love it. Over here, I think is where I got those pots hung up, but now we're going to skip over to the large living space. You probably could, if you reworked the floor plan, get another bedroom in here. You can probably even have like 3 bedrooms in here, or 4 if you really want things to be a little squishy. But over here is our little reading nook, and we need to like hold space for this lamp, this floor lamp, because I didn't even know this thing existed until I saw someone else use it, and I was like, wait, where is that? What? You cannot tell from the icon in the menu that this lamp has like this beautiful greenery on it. So, of course, I had to use it. And I put the hanging plant from Blooming Rooms kit over there, kind of like thinking maybe they're combined a little bit, or like it is the hanging plant that's like growing and starting to wrap around the floor lamp or something. I don't know. Maybe it made sense in my mind. In the center of the room here, we have this gorgeous little fireplace. This one's new with the pack as well as these two sofas. No, these sofas, I'm just kidding. These sofas do not come with this expansion pack. Those are something else. But the rug does. And I think the chairs I use, nope, the chairs I use are from Cats and Dogs. Maybe I should try not to talk before I place things down so I can tell you guys accurate items and things. But what I also used in here is that coffee table from my first pet stuff. Yes, I know. I never ever used that item. I think like many moons ago, many years ago, I notoriously said like that was probably the worst item in the whole game. And then my friend Sierra challenged me to use it, and then we collabed on, I think it was one of her March birthday collabs, and we did an Animal Crossing one where we built for Animal Crossing characters, and she did Tom Nook, I did Blathers, so it kind of made sense to use that in his home because it was more like a museum-ish home. But anyway, I digress. That was a fun build, actually. I should try and link that too for you guys somewhere. The rest of this living space has a grand piano. This one's also new with the expansion pack. I just think it is so pretty. I do wish that the gold swatch maybe had a different stool swatch as well, or we can mix and match that, because the red didn't really work in this room. I think I would have liked to have a little bit of a blue cushion on that stool, but you know, that's okay. I won't complain too much. I really wanted to make sure I continued leaning into the blues and the golds in this build because it just really felt Pirate Princess, like Pirate Empire, Pirate Legacy, and all that good stuff. So this is probably where our Pirate Princess hangs out when she's not sailing the seas. Up next, we are going to decorate this grand bathroom where I had to use the brand new tub. This is the only tub we got in the expansion pack. It is a corner tub, which is hard, at least for me, to use most of the time because I like to keep my rooms so small, especially bathrooms, so I had to make sure that I got to use it at least once. I paired it with flooring and wallpaper, both from the expansion pack as well. And then this shelving unit here is one that I forget a ton, but this one's actually from Snowy Escape, so I thought it was a good opportunity to add some more clutter. I think I get another spaceship up there, and a little more decor, some hanging lights, fairy lights, and things of that nature. So lots of clutter around here, and lots of greenery. Also in this bathroom, I end up getting a stand-up shower. Here I'm trying to play around with this Jungle Adventure skull rock artwork thing. I really liked it, but ultimately I decided not to use it because one, sizing it down gave it a weird shadow, and two, I don't think it really matched the like overall aesthetic too much. I also tried this fountain piece too. I did a lot of experimenting in here, but ultimately I ended up with this pirate ship wheel on the wall. So we went with that idea instead. As I was saying, we also get a shower up here, like a stand-up shower. I almost forgot a toilet. I like finished getting all the clutter and decorations on the sinks and on the counters and everything that I used, the mirrors, the lighting. Everything was perfect, and I zoomed out of the room and I was like, oh, I need a toilet. Which I guess it wouldn't have been too bad if I like left it out because we do have a whole other bathroom that also has a shower in it as well. But I don't know. It's probably beneficial also to have a toilet here, especially if this is the ensuite bathroom. So like if you wake up in the middle of the night or your sim in the middle of the night has to use the bathroom, they don't have to walk all the way across the apartment to get to one. And because that would suck. That would really suck. This is a big apartment. So, now that the pack has been out and released for everyone, let me know if you guys have gotten it or if you're staying away from it or waiting for a little bit. And if you did get the expansion pack, how are you enjoying it? Are you having fun? Have you explored some of the gameplay? I heard the gameplay is really good. So I'm actually hoping maybe one day I can do some. We'll see, fingers crossed. So, but I definitely want to hear what you guys think about it so far too. Here is where I'm finishing up getting a mirror, trying to pick out the best one. I think I ended up with this one from Get Famous. I think it just had some fancy gold and white trim that kind of matched the vibe of the apartment. So it just kind of worked out for us here. When we do get to the bedroom, I struggled a little bit with trying to figure out what bed to use. I wanted to use one of the new beds that I didn't get to use in the last build, so kind of leaning into that grand royal style. However, I wasn't in love with any of the swatches, and then we'll talk about it too when we get there, but even trying to fill up the space in that room was so difficult. It was so hard, and I don't know. I made it work. I used a lot of filler pieces in there. So, but the rest of this bathroom gets cluttered up, like I said. We use a lot of bathroom clutter kit in here and some plants and greenery and just trying to make this bathroom look a little more lived in than the other one. High school years even makes an appearance right there. How cool is that? I mean, cool for some, I suppose. And it is around now when I start to realize that I do not have a toilet in here because I placed this hamper and now I'm looking and I'm like, oh, huh, oops, I need a toilet. So we're going to pick out, I think, a base game one and kind of call it a day. And hopefully I get a toilet paper roll. I do. That's perfect. Awesome. Well done, Symtherin. So proud of you. Final touches is lighting, and now we're on to the bedroom. So this is the bed I was talking about that I really wanted to use, but when I was trying to find a rug for it, I didn't like any pairings happening, and I don't know. I really fell in love then with this Life and Death. No, this is a Tea Time Solarium rug. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, I really love the roses in there, and even though I just like had a whole fit about the stool on the piano being red, I went and then used a rug with red in it, but it just felt very pirate to me. And then I end up choosing this Life and Death bed, which also feels very pirate to me. I hate to reference another build video, but I did a every tiny home is a different gnome challenge, and we have a gnome, I think, from Growing Together who looks like a pirate, like he's steering a pirate ship. So when I built a pirate home for him, it was very influenced or heavily featured items from Life and Death. It just works. I don't know, I can't explain it. So now we're working on some filler things like these large vases and merging plants into them. We're getting other vases. Kind of thinking like, look, this pirate princess probably has a ton of treasures from their voyages, so maybe that's a bunch of these vases and items and whatnot. Maybe wall art, banners, maybe that's their flag on their ship or something. I don't know. But then we get a couch over on the other side of the room. I pulled it out, but ended up not doing it. We have mask. I think this mask in particular is called Pirate something, so I wanted to make sure that is there. So I put it on the vanity. table here so that as if your sim can like get ready for a masquerade ball or something of that nature. I end up getting like a storage closet shelf thing from Crystal Creations where I end up getting, there's a clutter item in this pack of like a crown or a tiara on like a little red pillow, which I think was so cute. So imagine that that is locked up. So I mentioned earlier that the sim would probably have a lot of guests over, but no one can be allowed back here in this bedroom, right? There is a ton of jewelry back here. There's a ton of like little knickknacks and treasure items like the vases, maybe like fragile things. They don't want anyone to just come in here and start breaking things or stealing. So the description of the apartment here does say something like, this apartment's so grand, everyone's gonna want to steal from it. And it has the lot trait for like easily burglarized or more likely to be burgled, if that's a word. So I thought having all these treasures in here was such a great idea. But we also have like this little corner back here where it kind of looks like it could be a walk-in closet, and that was my first initial idea, right? I was like, that would be such a great place for a walk-in closet. I don't get to do walk-in closets very often, but you know what else I don't get to do? I don't get to use the vault. The vault item that I can't even remember which pack it comes from. Maybe Get Famous? I don't know. Or City Living. It comes from something. But that little corner, that little roomed off square, that is the perfect size for a vault. So that's what is going to end up in there. And I have a sim put some money in there and everything. So this room is definitely off limits to anyone who visits. I don't know. I think that could be a pretty fun storyline to maybe test out, play out if you're interested. I think I would enjoy that storyline here, and I even cover it up with some curtains and stuff, as you can see here. But this is where we're going to put the vault. So, yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video so far. But don't go anywhere yet, because we are going to hop into live mode and playtest this build in real time with a sim and everything. So I will see you there in just a sec. Here is the apartment building. This is where, well, pretty much our apartment renovation has happened. Oh, look, there's a build I'm working on. There's a little sneak peek for you. Anyway, we have this grand lobby. Of course, this is just, part of the apartment building. But when we walk into here, we can do our little overview now, I suppose. This is our apartment. Bob is in his Pirate Princess era, so he'll be testing the build out for us today. But as you can see here, we have our entrance, and you walk into this lovely dining space with all our fish tanks. And we have our kitchen, very grand over there. We have our first bathroom. We have this large living area. And then we have one bedroom, a huge bathroom, and our vault. I do want to mention first, I need to fix this. Oh my god. I had created a short and all of the screenshots for this build and didn't realize that this plant was clipping into that ship, and it's so embarrassing. So if you see those, just ignore it. But I like how this entryway came out. It really sparked the Pirate Princess theme for me, especially with this large portrait up here and then pairing cats and dogs. There's even a shelf up there with another ship. I think that one is a base game one. But I know this clock has some things to it, so we'll just have Bob inspect. Oh my god, he's playing with the money. Okay, Bob. Because this item can definitely be parts of scandals. I think there's a woohoo interaction with it. I think there's a new death with it as well. So very interesting. Bob just discovered something by inspecting a secret passageway. Ooh. Does that mean you can explore it? No, probably not right now. Alright, well here we have our dining room. I'll put the walls down so we can see it a little better. We have a platform here where our dining table is on. This plant here is actually from the Tea-Time Solarium kit. And then we have fish tanks, including the one from SpongeBob. I felt like I just had to add that in there. But look at Bob over here. Bob is cooking. I don't know why he's prepping there per se. That must be some kind of glitch, but we're gonna roll with it. But it's fully functional in here. We have a little bit of clutter as well. This tea set is also from the Tea Time Solarium kit that comes with the bundle. But yeah, it's very pretty. I loved using the blue appliances in here. We have this gorgeous little backsplash from, I think, Jungle Adventure. What'd you make, Bob? Spaghetti? Oh, yum. And then I really like this new hutch we got with the pack with the rolling ladder, and it's got plenty of like slot placement things, words. And he's just gonna stand up and eat, I suppose, even though there's a beautiful table you can come and sit at. Will you come and sit and eat? I mean, who wouldn't want to sit and eat in here? Oh, I should also mention that the ceilings are painted here in this room only with the sky. I just felt like it fit. It's very grand in here, so I thought that was fun. A royal welcome. Goodbye. Sure, you can dislike cerebral Sims. Alright, well, over here we have this item is one of the unlockables from the current event. I just kind of had it there and didn't know what to do with it, so I put it there. Um, and then we have our little first bathroom here. I do want Bob to come and test out the shower. We have a gold toilet. We have the gold sink. Those are from Get Famous, I believe. Well, good. Our shower works here. It looks like our toilet is working also, which is really good. Let's just hope he doesn't make a mess, though. Wow. Proud of you, Bob. You're getting better at this stuff. Over here is a nice little reading corner. I don't know if we can actually grab a book from here. Oh, we can. I really enjoy this corner and pairing the life and death wallpaper in here and some life and death rugs can kind of really bringing in like the skulls and the pirate feel over here. And then for the rest of our living space, we have a couple of sofas, some chairs. This my first pet stuff coffee table with the fishes in it. I never use this item. I never know how to use it, but it worked out in this case here. We also have a brand new grand piano over here in this gold swatch. This fireplace is also new from the expansion pack as well. A glow bar, because I tried to fit a full bar in here, but I didn't like any of our options, so we snuck one in anyway. And then I really did enjoy using these flowers from the Wedding Stories pack. I don't think I've ever used them, so I'm glad I had space to actually use them this time around. Here is our bedroom. I really liked, again, using the life and death bed over here. I got the pirate picture up again. We have shutters on the windows inside. I thought that was fun. But facing this way, I really do enjoy this kind of view here with the wallpaper, but looking at the sea, kind of another nod to being a pirate, right? And then we have like a little study area, which I think some of this clutter works as well for the pirate feel. Like this telescope, the monocle, the compass, all of like the globe, you just name it. I just feel like it fit right in here. We even have a little crown on a pillow here. I imagine this is probably locked away. I don't know why I didn't put any other color pieces in there, but whatever. That's cool. Over here is the vanity table. We have a little seating area here too, and a wardrobe, plus our vault. Oh, wait, Bob? What happened? I wanted him to close and lock it. Why does it say uh-oh? It's your money. Money pot trapped? Oh no, Bob is trapped inside the vault and can't get out. What is he going to do? This is just like those stories of Sims getting trapped in pools with no ladder. Oh my god. Unlock and open. Like, it's your vault. Bob, only you would get locked in your own vault. Oh, Bob. All right, let's moving on here. We have this master suite, ensuite bathroom, whatever you want to call it, with lots of clutter, lots of other nods to pirate ships and things. In here we have a separate shower and a tub combo. But since you were rolling in money, you gotta clean up a little bit. So enjoy your mud bath, Bob. So in order for me to put this up on the gallery, I do have to do a couple of things. Like for one, I need to lower this platform. Two, I need to delete a couple of walls, and it keeps popping up to the roof, which is kind of really annoying. Okay, I managed to fix it up a bit. You'll have to put the half walls back in and the spandrels if you want them. Otherwise, it can probably look okay like this if you don't want to do all that. But now, if I click on it, it thinks it's a whole room because it's highlighted. I can save it to my library as a room. I'm calling it the Pirate Princess apartment. Can be placed in 13 Lakeview apartments. You can find it by doing hashtag Symtherin or searching for my ID in the gallery, which is also Symtherin. And there you have it. We are up on the gallery. We do have a ton of packs being used in this one. I didn't limit myself, but that was part of the fun. Well, my game crashed, but luckily it did save to the gallery, so it's up there if you want to download it. It didn't even save this plant clipping. In the gallery version, it did save, but it didn't save in my game. It's just here to haunt me. So we'll sit and look at this angle while we do our little sign off here. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe, or even ring the bell to get notified of the next video as soon as it goes live. And speaking of videos going live, if I have videos ready in time and you are a member, I will allow early access to those videos as well. And with that segue, thanks so much to my channel members for supporting me in this way. As a member, you also get really cute little snake theme emotes and fun little badges and all that fun stuff. So click on join to learn more information. And of course, thank you again to the Sims team for providing me a copy of Royalty and Legacy and the Tea Time Solarium kit. I am really enjoying these two so far, and I hope you're enjoying the content. And with that, I think that's it. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye!